Welcome back to Riding with Fire, ladies and gentlemen. How's it going, everybody? Today, I am doing another voiceover on this eagle. I keep wanting to call it painting. This eagle woodburn. Now, mind you, I am a newer woodburner. I don't usually woodburn stuff this style. But since I've started this channel, I have wanted to branch out and do more and better stuff. And shading is one of them that I want to learn more about and get better at. And get to the point where I can just look at it and be like, yeah, this needs shaded, this doesn't need shaded, type of thing. I can tell you that also, this wood that I'm using is the first time I've ever used this wood. And yeah, it's really nice, but it's taken me a lot to get used to. It's taken me a lot to get used to with my machine and my shading. My spoon shader that I'm using is taking me. It's taken me quite a while to get used to the wood and the temperature that I need to run at, and it's not perfect. I'm not perfect. I'm learning this, and that's why I'm doing this with you guys. So, as I got into this video for about 5 minutes or so, I realized that I wasn't going to be able to make my woodburn look like that picture. You know what I mean? So, I was like, I'm just going to have fun with it. Learn as I go. Get familiarized with the wood. Get familiar with my tips. And figure out what different burns, what am I trying to think of here? Like different gradients of shadings for different temperatures, and so I can kind of figure out where I can find a happy medium where I can do a solid dark and then, a really, really nice light shade. So that's what I end up and did with this one, That's why I started this channel, and that's why I'm doing these with you guys, for I can learn. Because, yeah, I've been a wood burner for 1 year now, and let me tell you, I have always done, like, outline something with the stencil and fill it in dark. That's how I always wood burned. And that's cool. But now I'm to the point where I follow all these other wood burners on YouTube and Instagram, and they sit down and they like sketch something out, and they just like make it mind blowing, and I'm just like, I want to be like that. I want to do that. So that's why I'm taking this journey with you guys. So it's a learning step all the way through for me. So if you guys hang tight with me, I'll learn as much as I possibly can learn from this. I'm continuously catching up on my fellow people that I watch here on YouTube, trying to learn as much knowledge as I possibly can learn so I can get better. But that's about enough rambling from me. I'm going to go ahead and start talking about something else right now. And it's something that I know a lot of you probably come over from my other channel. My other channel is JTMJ Crafts. I do diamond painting, native beading, coloring, resin. What else do I do over there? I think that's about it. But the reason I'm mentioning that is because I'm sure a lot of you come from over there, and some of you may not come from over there. I know I have picked up a few new subscribers along the way, and people have asked, do you have animals? So I know I talked a little bit about last week, so today I'm going to take some time and I'm going to introduce you to my kiddos. So as I talk about them, pictures will pop up somewhere along this area in the video. So my first animal and my oldest animal is my cat. Her name is Mary Jane. She is going to be 12 years old this year. She is a little teeny petite little thing, but she's gotten kind of chubby. She likes her treats. She ain't gonna lie. She'll, like, cry for treats. But she is a... What do you call her? A Bengal? Yeah, a Bengal. She's a Bengal kitty. At least that's what my aunt says she is. She looks like she's got stripes on her sides, but when you hold her up on her belly, she's got polka dots.
Down LD.
It's crazy. So her mama was a friend of mine's cat, and her mama was one that was astray for quite a while, and they took her in. She became their cat, and she stayed with them, and then she got pregnant, and I got my cat. And I can tell you, Mary Jane's got a mind of her own. I'm sure a lot of you that come over from my second channel, my other channel, know and heard all kinds of crazy stories about MJ. She is full of it. She hates me, but she loves me at the same time. I'm sure a lot of you cat owners know the feeling about that. They only want you when they want that treat, and then once you're done with that treat, they're like, get out of here. Get out of here. I don't want you. Psh, kick it. Kick to the curb. Bye. Peace out. Later, gator. Yeah, that's my cat. And then, while I'm at work, she sleeps on my bed. Like, she takes over my spot on the bed. Like, as soon as I get out of the bed in the morning, she's like, right in. And she'll pretty much stay there all day until I go to bed at night. And then she will get mad because I kick her out of my spot. Yeah, she's a little bit possessed, and she's a little psychopath. So, that is my cat. She'll be 12 this year, sometime in June, I believe. And then I have a yellow lab, which you guys will see a picture or two pop up right here. This dog's name is Trapper. This is my home skillet. This is my home slice. This is my protection. I can tell him one word and he would have you crying like a little girl. But I only do that if I'm, like, ever, like, held hostage or tried to be kidnapped, or what do you call it, is adult napping? I don't know, you know? So Trapper is standing right here in front of me. He's looking at me like, what are you talking about, Dad? He is a yellow lab. He is 5 years old, so this year in May, he'll be 6. I cannot believe it has been 6 years with this dog. This dog is my best friend. Like, I talk to this dog like he is everything to me. I can have the worst, shittiest possible day at work, and I can come home, and as soon as I walk into the house, and he's sitting here on his recliner, because he has a recliner. He's that special. He has his own recliner, and I can come in the house, and he'll look up at me and just have this big old huge grin on his face, just so incredibly excited to see me. And when I could be having the worst day on the planet, he could just cheer me up just like that. So he is definitely one that is there for me, for support, more than my other animals are, especially, you know, around certain times of the year I get a little depressed. I'm you know, but that's why I have Trapper. He's my support animal. He's the one that can cheer me up like that. He's the one that can bring me out of a depressed state, and just one look at him. Why would you not? be happy around this dog, you know? Like, he's just a handsomest baby ever. He is a bed hog, too. He is 95 pounds, and he will straight up put his paw on my leg and push my foot or my leg out of the way so he can lay down. And usually it is to push me over closer towards Mary Jane is, so that way he can stay the hell away from Mary Jane, because him and I both are a little bit afraid of Mary Jane. Not gonna lie, okay? Not gonna lie. There's that. So, that's Trapper. So those are my two animals. Then I have Nooms. She is a leopard gecko. Nooms means sister in native language, and she is absolutely beautiful leopard gecko. I got her from PetSmart here in town when she was probably close to like 3 weeks to a month old, and let me tell you what, she's come a long ways from when I got her. When I got her, she didn't want nothing to do with me. Every time I reached in my hand into the cage, she would freak out. I have a what do you call those tanks that have the doors in the front, and then they got like the 3-inch tall side in the front? Oh, what the frick are they called? I can't remember. But she's got one of those. So it's got like a 4-inch piece of glass at the bottom, and then it's got 2 doors, and it's got a wire top. And so she lives in a 36 by 24 by 12. And she's come a long way. I had a brain fart there. She came a long way since I've gotten her. She didn't want nothing to do with me. She never wanted me touching her, and she never wanted me to hold her. I'm now finally to the point where I can open up the cage, and I feed her in a bowl, because if not, I don't want crickets being left in there. I want to know what she's eating, what she's not eating, and I don't want to leave crickets in there, because if you leave crickets in there, things can happen. They can bite your animal, and it can be no bueno. So I'm always watching it like a hawk, trying to make sure, she eats 2 crickets every other day, like clockwork. She has a water bowl. She drinks straight out of her water bowl, and people think I'm crazy because they think leopard gecko ain't gonna drink out of a water bowl. Nooms drinks out of a water bowl. Super easy animal to take care of. She is messy because she has a bowl of calcium in her cage, because they don't get their calcium from the sun like a leopard gecko or a bearded dragon would, as per se. So they have to ingest calcium by eating it. So she has a bowl of calcium in her cage all the time, and she is in that stuff eating it all the time, and she's walking through it, and she's making little cute little footsteps all over her cage. So about once a week I get in there and I take some chlorhexidine, spray it out, clean it out, wipe everything up, get everything all nice and clean for her. So there's that animal. Then we move to Thor. Thor is my recent purchase. No, he's not even really a purchase. He was my recent gift from, I've had him for probably 5 months now. Maybe longer. I got him from a very dear friend that couldn't take him anymore. Thor is a bearded dragon. He is the handsomest boy ever. He is such a stunning bearded dragon. I'll show you guys pictures now. He is absolutely stunning. He's got such the brightest and vividest colors on him. It is outstanding. He has grown tremendously. I can't wait to get his new cage. I'm building a cage with my brother. My brother's a master carpenter. My brother's a roofer. My brother's a carpenter. My brother has built some of the coolest and baddest cabinets and kitchen stuff, and like the houses. My brother's just brilliant when it comes to that stuff. So he's making Thor a cage that is like 5 feet long, 2 feet deep, and 2 feet tall. And he's just gonna have a palace. So Thor is about 23 inches long. He is a very sweet, sweet baby, but has claws from hell. Like, I get cut up from him all the time holding him because he kind of panics. And when I first pull him out of his cage, he kind of he goes into like a panic state, and he just kind of like freaks out, and he just starts like clawing the crap out of me. And then I gotta put both hands on top of him, and I gotta calm him down, and then he'll just sit there in my hands and just. We have this thing where I hold him in front of me, and I look at him like he's my little children, my little children, and I'm sitting there holding him, and he'll pop out his tongue and try to boop my nose with his tongue. Trying to eat my tongue all the time. Such a cutie patootie. Can't wait to get him to his bigger cage, and that way he can live a nice, long, healthy leaf. I actually got a notice from his vet. They want me to bring him in for a checkup, and I was like, frick. I'm just getting caught up on shit. God damn. I just spent $800 to fix my car right before Christmas. I just spent $500 to fix my Jeep. I just spent $300 to register my car. Yeah. So, and I'm like, I gotta take Trapper in. He needs shots. Thor needs to go in. And Thor's vet bill is expensive. It's $100 just to see him. So, very expensive, but he's a baby here. Never get rid of him. And that's the thing about my animals. When I get an animal, I have that animal until death do it part. And I have it cremated, and I have it here with me until I part. And then when I part, will be cremated together or buried together. I'm not exactly sure about that part yet, but that way I have my children. Those are my babies. And then I have a bunch of fish. I absolutely love fish tanks. I grew up living in where I live right now, and my mom was huge into fish. My aunt was huge into fish. We had fish tanks all over our house. We had like 400 or 400-gallon fish tanks in our house, like massive tanks, like all over our houses. We had big old tanks in our bedrooms. Something I grew up with, and it's very mesmerizing to watch a fish tank. Right now I have 2. I'm thinking about setting up a 3rd, just because there's too many fish in the one tank, and the waste load in that tank is outrageous. I'm cleaning the filter like way too much. But I got a bunch of guppies in a 30-gallon tall. I have an electric blue crayfish in a 30-gallon tall. And I have a 5-gallon neon-colored tank, which is my favorite tank because it has Chucky in it. Chucky, I'll show you guys here, is an absolutely stunning. He's just an absolute stunner. Chucky is a koi betta fish. He's just absolutely stunning. When I seen him at Petco, I was like, I have to have this fish. He looked like he was on death's bed when I got him. He looked horrible. And I was just like, dude, I'm buying this fish. I have a love for betta fish. Betta fish are like my favorite fish. I've proved a lot of people wrong with betta fish, but I seen this fish and I was like, oh my god, he's just absolutely stunning. I've always wanted a koi betta, and I just absolutely just love them. They're just beautiful. So I was like, he's $20. I don't even give two shits. He was hella small when I got him. He had a lot of damaged fins. They were all rotted away to a pretty bad extent. He looked horrible. His water was nasty. His water was cold. I just felt horrible. Why did they keep him in those stupid little cups? So, picked him up, I grabbed him, I brought him home. At the time, I had the 5-gallon in my kitchen with some guppies in it. And so I put him in there with the guppies, and he instantly went into attack mode and started killing off my guppies. And I was like, okay, guppies gotta go. You're gonna be in the tank by yourself. And then that's when I was like, I need to name this fish. I tried having my good friend Maggie name him, but she named him some girl name. But then somebody in chat in Mrs. Coffee's live said, you should name him Chucky. And it stuck. I was like, yes. His colors look like blood spots. So, total Chucky vibe with this fish. And his little knives that are his little fins down below, they look like little knives. Like he's down there, he's gonna cut you and he's gonna chop you. So goddamn cute. So, his name's Chucky. He is doing 100 times better than when I got him. His fins are healed up. He's gotten a lot bigger. He looks so much healthier. And his attitude is so awesome. It is totally fitting to Chucky. I'm so happy that I picked up that fish. It just sucks that I can't have any fish with him. But usually male betta fish are like that. Male betta fish are very, very extremely territorial. So you do not want to have two male betta fish anywhere close to each other. And you do not want to have one male betta fish in with any other fish because it's going to be bad business. But I used to have in my bedroom a 20-gallon long fish tank set up in there, and I had it. There was probably close to, I don't know, 10 female guppies. Well, one of them ended up being a male because I got them super small. Well, you know, they grew up, had babies, filled up the tank. I brought half of them out here to the 30-gallon and all that jazz. Well, I'm a sucker for betta fish. So every time I go to the store to pick up stuff that I need, you know, I'm always on the lookout for female betta fish. Because female betta fish, you can keep them in what they call a sorority. So it's a betta sorority. You can have, ultimately, it's best to have one in the tank by itself. That's the best for the fish. And they do get along with guppies. They may chase the guppy a little bit, but the guppies are extremely fast. They have plenty enough room to get out of the way. But if you put two in the tank, that's bad business because they're like face to face. They can fight each other easily. So if you put 3 in the tank, it works really good because then they're kind of like, there's 3 of them, so they're kind of working against each other. If you put 4 in a tank, it could be bad business again. So highly advise, if you're going to do it, put odd numbers, 3, 5, 7, whatever have you. I wouldn't advise to put more than 3 in the tank unless it's like 100 gallons or something. and it's full of plants and hiding spots all over the place to, let the fish hide, because that's the best life for the fish. Anyways, enough jumble mumble about my fishies. So, I talked about the electric blue crayfish in the 30-gallon. She is absolutely beautiful. Her name is Lagatha. I bought her. She was teeny, 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 tiny. She was like a half an inch long. She was so tiny. But she has grown up to be a beautiful crayfish. Alright, let me see where I'm at here on my time. 25 minutes. Okay. So, I gotta set a timer for 5 minutes here. It's 9:29. So, okay. Yeah, Lagatha is just beautiful. Very fortunate to have all the kids I have. Since I don't have any skin babies of my own, and I call skin babies, that's like human babies, because that's what my sister calls them. Anyhow, so I know this wood burn doesn't look the best, but like I said in the beginning, I'm learning this what this whole process is for, is to learn. So I'm glad you guys are sticking around with me, and please let me know if there is any questions that you guys may like to ask me. Leave them in the comment section down below so I can next week answer those during this time that I am doing the voiceover. Hopefully this voiceover is a lot more crisper and clearer, because I have the microphone in the holder in front of me, about, 6 inches away from my face. So it should be nice and clear. There is a fan running in the background by the fireplace, because that pushes the air around the fireplace to help warm the rest of the house up. So, what else is going on? Next week, I hope to finish this, and then I have to determine what's next in my what's my next plan, what's my next project. I know this, I need to buy more of that wood. So next week it may just be something a little bit more mellow and relaxing. Maybe do a little wood burn and do a time lapse. Maybe do a voiceover, something. I'll figure it out. But maybe that's what you guys can do. Down below, you can tell me what you would like to see next week. Would you just like a little mindful Friday video, maybe 10-15 minutes long, just me a little wood burning of something, and you guys just have a little nice music playing? It's always a nice peaceful way to go out on a Friday. Down in the description box down below, there is links to my Instagram. If you would like to go follow me over on Instagram, that's where I share my projects, my whips, what I'm working on, all of that fun jazz. And also down below would be my second channel, well, my main channel, really. And then PayPal, because I've been asked a couple times for a PayPal link so I can get donations. Trust me, it is not mandatory, but if you do, I greatly appreciate. So I think I may be good on time. I can end this. Let me check. 29 minutes. Yes, we are good to go. Right at my 30-minute mark. So, thank you guys so much for coming back to the channel. Thank you guys so much for coming and hanging in there with me once again. I hope you guys all have peace, love, respect for all. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye, guys. I'll catch you later on the next one. Bye.